Hello, everybody, and Merry Christmas.
Stephen! Stephen!
I should get the lyrics up. What do you reckon? There we go. Okay, we had enough.
I've had enough.
What are we doing here, Adam? What's going on? We thought we were done for the year.
I know, right? That was the plan until it wasn't. Until it wasn't, Aaron, because you come up with a marvelous idea. That's why. Have you frozen? Because you look like you're frozen. Okay, hopefully I haven't frozen.
I reckon everyone. I'm here.
I can see you now.
Everyone's
You froze there for a second.
Yeah, I'm like 30 seconds from Tea Tree Plaza, so no doubt 400 million people are currently running their credit cards through the shopping center. So we'll bear with it. Yeah, so I thought we were done for the year, but we're here. We thought surprise Christmas show, seeing as we both had the day off.
I just started holidays, bro. My holidays just started today. How could I refuse this offer?
Yeah, I know. Same here. So, yeah, I suppose at a more friendly time for our American friends who we've been making them get up at 4 a.m. in the morning for the best part of 6 months now. So it's time to give back. Time to give back to American friends. It's currently prime time for them, Monday night in the States. And there are already plenty of them online. Son of a Crayon Slayer is here. Hello, Son of a Crayon Slayer.
What's going on, mate?
Yeah. Logan from the Hilt has checked in with both of his accounts, which is great. Thank you, Logan.
Split personality it up. I love it.
Yep. One of my favorite people in the world. Casey has joined us. Podcast from the Pit. Hello, Casey. Glad you can finally join us live. Eric Harper, the American Eric Harper, is in the house, and you know what that means?
That's the hillbilly Harper.
Yeah, it's time for one of these.
Yeehaw! That sound effect is terrible.
It doesn't sound like him though.
Sort of.
Yeah, sort
of. Guess.
Sort of. Eric is calling Casey podcast from the Pit, which is kind of funny. My man, Larry, Eddie Weeks, Larry Bear, the legend, the king of the skid marks. Hello, Larry. Good to see you. 3-star draw. Hey there, my mates. He didn't even have to stay up all night. Yes. Darren is partially to blame for this stream, Adam, because he messaged me and asked if we were doing a stream this week because he was going to stay up all night to watch us because he didn't have work. But we doubled down. We went one better. We did it at a suitable time for him. So yeah.
So if this sucks, basically it's Darren's fault. Thanks for joining us, folks. Send all your hate mail to Darren.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Darren. We'll be all right. Nate's here. Did you see Nate's video the other day? Crikey!
Not yet. No, I was working.
He did a song.
When I got wind of that, and I am yet to play catch up.
Something about Long Nomma. And he sang a song, and I had Long Nomma stuck in my head all day. I woke up in the middle of last night, had Long Nomma stuck in my head. I still don't know what a Long Nomma is, but yeah, if you haven't seen Nate's Long Nomma video, go and have a look at it. Eric's right here with the yeehaw. Thank you, Eric. What else? What else we got? GI Jokers. Hello, GI Jokers. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Bit of Home Alone there. Have you watched Home Alone this year?
Me?
Yeah.
Nah, I haven't watched Home Alone in a while, man.
Okay.
I did watch a Christmas movie last night, though.
Yeah? Showgirls?
Yep, it was called Carry On. It was good.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't Showgirls.
No, it wasn't Showgirls.
Showgirls
Aaron,
is not a Christmas movie.
if you're going to bring Showgirls up, you need to give the people some context as to why you're bringing that up, Aaron. Go on.
Home Alone last week. Speaking of Home Alone, so he thought he might. He thought he might put a bit of Showgirls on because it popped up on SBS On Demand.
It's true. Cracking film. Go back and revisit it.
Well done. That's cool.
In all its 90s terrible glory.
Yeah. Absolutely. Speaking of Home Alone and filthy animals, Zaza also says, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Joe Hunter 73, the regular crowd has well and truly shuffled in. Thank you for joining us, Joe Hunter 73. Everyone's saying hello to everyone, which is great. Everyone's good mates in here. Bill K stopped by for the first time last week, and he's stopped by this week. He's found me, which is good because we were on your channel last week. So thanks for joining.
Welcome. Good to see you, Billy.
Thanks again, Bill K. Eric says, hit that like button and subscribe.
That's right. Do it. Listen to the man. Shark Eyes Toy View. That's me. Hit that sub button. I believe Aaron's frozen again, unless it's my internet. If you can hear me loud and clear, awesome. I'm now running the show. So, yes, maybe if this was on my channel, this wouldn't have happened. Aaron looks like he's about to either let some flies into his mouth or, I don't know, maybe like he's having a stroke. Hopefully that's not the case. And, yeah, he's now just disappeared. And if I'm still here on your screens, then awesome. I was just on another stream prior to this, and it didn't have any technical difficulties, which was nice. That was a toy kind of mood, and that was a pre-recorded show. So that will be airing on Christmas Day, US time. And you can catch me on there with Bees Battleground and Travis Moody and Baldylocks. So, yeah, go and check that out on Christmas Day. And Aaron is back.
Oh, yeah.
And I held it down while you were gone, bro. I held it down.
Thank you, good sir. Well done. I'm starting to feel a bit like Campbell.
Is he here? Maybe he's hijacked your internet, mate. He's hijacked your internet.
Yeah, maybe he has. Maybe he has indeed.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Campbell? Campbell.
Is that you?
Come in, Campbell. No, it's definitely me. Hillbilly says, crush that like button and subscribe. What were you telling everyone while I disappeared?
Well, I was taking the piss out of you because you're frozen in a way that you look like this. And it was like you were having like a mild stroke or something was going on. And so I just filled in the blanks with that, and I've thanked everyone for joining us and sticking around whilst they tolerated your shitty internet. And then I said I was just on a stream prior to this one this morning where the internet wasn't bad, and that was nice. And I mentioned the stream and the boys who were on the show with me, and I told the people where they can watch that on Christmas Day US time, and that's what we spoke about until you came back.
Fair enough. It seems to have stabilized now.
It is. It's good.
So thanks for filling. Thank you.
Pleasure,
so
treasure.
Well done, Quinton. He usually does that for Campbell.
He's had plenty of experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, Phil.
どうもありがとうございました。
We'll play one
What's
of them.
going on, Philsy? How you going, champ?
Phil's here. They just keep piling in. Bill wants to know if it's summer here. No, it's freezing cold, mate. Snowing outside. Up to my neck in it. Of course it's summer. What's a summer?
It doesn't feel much like summer down here today, mate.
Yeah.
I've got a tracksuit. I'm wearing a tracksuit, bro.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, so it's
what
like
is-
19 degrees down here. It's sort of overcast today.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Why are we talking about the
Forecast
weather?
for I don't know. That's taking me back. No, the forecast for Christmas Day tomorrow here is 37 degrees, which is 100 degrees Fahrenheit in the old scale. So
32 down here tomorrow.
yeah, so it's going to be hot. We
Mm.
all go to the beach on Christmas Day.
Do you really?
Oh, some people do.
Do you? Do you actually go?
Oh, well, we're going to go. Yeah, we'll probably go down early, let the dog run around in the water.
Nice.
It'll be beautiful. Yeah.
Nice one.
Son of a crayon slayer says it's 19 degrees Fahrenheit there. So we did all these conversions last week.
Is Son of a Crown Slayer, is this your first time joining us? Because I definitely know your name and I've seen you on, maybe in Punk's chat, I think. But I don't recall seeing you around here. But yeah, prove me wrong. I could be wrong.
Fair enough.
It's been known to happen, Aaron. Contrary to popular belief, Aaron, it has been known to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. So, lots of people in. Thank you for joining us. Certainly makes it all worthwhile. Even if no one joined us, we'd still be here having a chat because Adam and I like chatting shit, and that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very true. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. I just got distracted by the last comment in the chat.
Things aren't as frosty here as they once were.
And Zazel is, of course, referring to Frosty the Snowman.
Get that one out.
Christmas themed show, so that's what he's talking about. It's Frosty the Snowman. He's melted because it's hot. We've just been talking about the weather, and it's going to be warm tomorrow. So there's no snowman here. It's just melted.
Yeah, right.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad, everyone. All right. What were we going to talk about? What were we going to talk about today?
Mate, this is your gig. You tell the people.
This is my gig.
It was your concept, and it's a fantastic one. So I feel like, all gravitas your way.
It has been a bit of a learning experience for you, though, hasn't it, Adam? Because I wouldn't say you're a massive fan of the G.I. Joe cartoons. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, look, I never watched it as a kid, other than a few VHS tapes that I owned or borrowed from the local video library. Remember those? And so there's many episodes I've never laid eyes on. So when this concept of yours came to light, I was like, yeah, this sounds cool. And here we are. So
yeah. And to be fair, there are quite a lot of G.I. Joe episodes, particularly from the Deke series, that are a bit. But this particular episode that we watched together this week is quite humorous. Is that fair to say? I think it's.
I enjoyed it.
One. Yeah, absolutely, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Yep. And of course, we are talking about the Christmas episode of G.I. Joe from the Sunbow cartoons. What did we work it out? What it was? It was season 3, episode 39.
Something like that. Not from 1985. Yeah.
Yep. It's entitled Cobra Claws is Coming to Town. And we watched it so you guys don't have to. And we're going to break it down for you, scene by scene, right here on Shark Eyes and Ronnie Trickshot at the special American friendly time of 11 o'clock Tuesday morning in Australia. So let's have a look here. Here we go. So, of course, the episode starts with the familiar G.I. Joe intro, which I think we're all familiar with. Were you familiar with the intro when you watched it? Everyone knows what the
Yes.
intro is, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, cool. No worries. Larry doesn't want any spoilers, mate. It's a bit hard to spoil a cartoon that's almost 40 years old. But 3-star says he wants to. He definitely wants to. Oh yeah, the one where Duke hits on Scarlet at the end and smooches her.
Oh, come on. We're doing end of the show spoilers already? Come on, man.
Yeah. Larry, no spoilers, says Larry. Well done, Joe. He's only half right there too, just quietly. So anyway, the familiar intro fires up, and once we've sat through this, we are presented with the title of the episode, which is Cobra Claws Are Coming to Town. Did you take a note of this particular screen when it flashed up, Adam?
No, I didn't, because I was fiddle-assing around with my phone at the same time when I was playing it on the TV. But
do you know who any of those people are?
Jerry Conway is a very familiar name, and so is Roy Thomas. Would you like to go on from there?
You're going to kick yourself, brother, because I Googled him, and you're going to love this. I thought you'd know off the top of your head, but seeing as you don't, I've got a...
Wasn't Roy Thomas a comic book writer?
Yes, he was. He actually succeeded Stan Lee as editor-in-chief of Marvel in 1972.
Gotcha. Yep. And Jerry Conway created the Punisher, didn't he?
You do know. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Jerry Conway was another comic book writing great. He created the Punisher, worked with DC and Marvel on Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, Batman. His TV credits include Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, Law and Order, Transformers, My Little Pony. Carla Conway was his wife. She was a talented playwright, actor, director, comic book writer. She also co-wrote episodes for countless kid shows. Roy Thomas, as we said, the guy that succeeded Stan Lee as editor-in-chief at Marvel in 1972. He went back and forth from Marvel and DC a couple of times. He worked on Avengers, Spider-Man, Daredevil, Iron Man, Thor, X-Men. And Dan is Danielle Thomas, equally talented comic book writer, also wrote for DC and Marvel, and that's how the pair of them met. So they pulled out the big guns to write this episode. I'm sure you'll agree.
Definitely. And here's a little fun fact for you, Aaron, and the folks at home. I actually interviewed Jerry Conway for a now defunct podcast a few years back.
Oh, so how did you start out saying he was a familiar name and then completely forget?
Because when I was looking at this now, you sort of put me on the spot and I hadn't thought about it. So, and I saw the lady's name first. I saw Carla Conway and then Jerry Conway. I was like, hang on a second. And so my mind just went, bing. That's how. But in that conversation, I don't recall ever asking him about G.I. Joe. I was more focused on talking to him about the Punisher and his other Marvel stuff. So,
okay, fair enough.
It's still online somewhere. If anyone wants to go and have a listen to it after this, just hit me up. I'll find it.
Really? But how cool are those little factoids?
Very cool. That's like huge Marvel names.
Yeah, aren't you glad I wasn't playing with my phone when the title credits came up?
Look, to be fair, I was not at home. I was dog sitting Aaron. I was using a foreign television internet connection, and I was dealing with a four-legged animal as well. So I had things going on.
Okay, no worries, mate.
Yeah. So get over yourself.
Yeah.
Oh,
Langers,
Mr. G,
Feliz Navidad.
Mr. G's in the house.
Feliz Navidad, Langers.
Feliz Navidad.
Probably
Feliz Navidad.
big. Feliz Navidad, Langers. Thank you for joining us, mate. Welcome to the Funhouse. Anyway, moving on. So, what happens in the opening scenes of this cartoon, Adam? Can you tell me?
Yeah. Shipwreck has Polly in his hand.
We start off seeing Polly singing Jingle Bells in quite a high-pitched screech.
Yeah. Kind of annoying, to be honest.
It is very annoying, and hence Shipwreck grabs Polly's beak and says, "Shut your beak, otherwise there's a feather duster in your future, Polly," which is a bit rude. I would have
It's a
thought.
bit unethical treatment of animals. I don't agree with this.
Yeah, easily. Polly's about to get her own back, though, as we shall see as the episode unfolds. So, anyways, Shipwreck's obviously on the back of an ore striker being piloted by who I thought at first was Scarlet, but it's not actually Scarlet. It's Cover Girl.
Correct.
Cover Girl's in ore striker with Dusty.
Yep.
And they're talking about how they've been running around collecting presents for underprivileged children.
Yeah. Before we go on to the happy holiday wagon here, can you just go back to that last slide for a second?
Sure, mate.
And I'd just like to touch on the fact that Dusty is wearing a nice winter jacket, as is Shipwreck as well. But they've both decided to stick with their normal head attire to go with those outfits. So, yeah, fashionistas they are, both of them.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone needs a Legionnaire's cap in the snow. Bit different. Quick kick. He doesn't change for anyone. He still runs around shirtless in the snow.
Doesn't wear shoes.
Yeah. Langers is quoting common proverbs at us. A bird in the hand. Yes, absolutely. Eric wants to know if Polly is eating Shipwreck's finger. No, it was just Shipwreck just grabbing hold of the beak, just shutting Polly up because it was quite an annoying version of Jingle Bells. Joe Hunter 73 says, "Oh, I meant to say Cover Girl." Yeah, sure you did, mate. So Larry says they're probably driving around collecting classified Joes for middle-aged men, which is very true. So they have driven around collecting presents. Apparently, it was a record haul. Does that sound familiar? They said it was a record haul for this time of year. They've never collected so many presents for charity as they have on this particular occasion. And then, out of the blue, this bloke rocks up. That is, of course, Wild Weasel. And Wild Weasel, can you remember what Wild Weasel says, Adam?
I don't have a photographic memory, mate.
He says, "Happy holidays, you Christmas turkeys." And he proceeds to rain down some blue laser goodness at Shipwreck, Dusty, and Cover Girl on the ore striker and the happy holiday wagon. So they're under attack, which is a bit rough, because all they were doing was transporting Christmas.
You know what, Aaron? If I don't see the one thing I want to see come of this show is someone make a happy holiday, a customized happy holiday wagon trailer for the classified fan or the classified upcoming ore striker. If someone doesn't do that these holidays, they have failed us.
Yeah, absolutely. Put it on Instagram for us. Tag us. We'll share the shit out of that. 3 Star says Wild Weasel shows up and says, "Fuck them kids." That's exactly what Wild Weasel does. So the Rattler, Wild Weasel in his Rattler, chases our Joe friends into a ravine and then blows a sizable hole in the ground, trapping the ore striker and the happy holiday wagon in one corner of the ravine. And then from the shadows comes this guy. It's Firefly.
The old Firefly.
Yeah. So while Shipwreck and Dusty and Cover Girl are getting their shit together, the Firefly emerges from a hole in the wall. It's quite literally a hole in the wall. And empties a sack into the happy holiday wagon. Bill wants to know if Cobra lasers are blue and GI Joes are red. I think so. Eric
That's correct.
Yep, I believe so. And Joe Hunter's calling for Super 7 to make a happy holiday wagon. I'd buy that. I reckon I would.
True. That's something I wouldn't put past them. Yeah.
I was actually pretty pumped to see Firefly here. I don't know why. I just love him as a character. So to see him sneaking around, any appearance of Firefly is a good appearance as far as I'm
Absolutely.
concerned. I was pretty happy. Larry says, "Is he switching out good old classified figs with Snake Eyes movie ones?" A few Pimp Daddy Destros, I reckon. Because I noticed Toymate is selling them for $10 the other day. Unreal.
They've still got the classified Pimp Daddy Destro still.
Whole shelf full of them. So,
In $10.
Yeah, $10, $9.99. $10 Australian, $5 American.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Sonny's here. Hello, Sonny.
Feliz
Merry
Navidad.
Christmas, mate.
Long
Feliz
time
Navidad.
no see, Sonny. How you going, mate?
Hillbilly says, it would be pretty diabolical if you switched out good classified figs with Snake Eyes movies once. Absolutely. 3-star has confirmed. Blue lasers for Cobra. Red K lasers for G.I. Joe. So anyway, next slide. The Joes managed to extricate themselves from that ravine, and they drive off towards headquarters, in which we see this fairly iconic snippet from the cartoons, which I'm sure you've seen made into an internet meme on occasion. The headquarters has some Christmas lights adorning the main entrance.
That's a whole ass Christmas banner, mate. And I've got to ask the question: who was responsible for getting up there and attaching that on the HQ?
Oh, yeah. Alpine.
I knew you were going to say that. I feel like there should be a Joe cherry picker. They would need a cherry picker to get up there. And Toll Booth would be in charge of the cherry picker. That would be my pick.
Yeah.
With Alpine rappelling down to make sure that the thing is straight.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe Doc on ground level doing a risk assessment. Something like that. Yorktown Joe has dropped in. Hello, Yorktown Joe. Merry Christmas,
Feliz
mate.
Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Sonny's just letting us know he's been really busy lately, and he's going to try and make a comeback next year. I look forward to that. That'd be great.
Good stuff, mate.
Some other ideas for putting the banner up. Larry reckons Stardust that went up there.
That's a fair point.
Joe Hunter says a whole bunch of green shirts went up there. It's probably...
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's a crap job.
Darren agrees. Yeah, it's a crap job. Who cares if they're full? Absolutely. Eric says Steel Brigades would have gone up there. And look, Foot 1212 joined us as well. So we'll
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad, biatches.
Thank you for joining us. So into headquarters they go, and what's going on in headquarters, Adam?
Oh, they're preparing, mate. They're preparing.
What are they preparing?
To wage war with a Christmas turkey.
Well, yes, but before they get there, they have to unload the toys, and see a very...
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, that's all right. They have to unload the toys, and we see a very Irish blowtorch.
Can we talk about this?
Yeah.
Can we talk about this?
It's a very thick Irish accent, isn't it?
What was up with that? I haven't watched enough of the cartoon to know. Is that how he normally speaks throughout? Because it might have even been the first time I even saw Blowtorch in the cartoon.
Yeah,
it was very like not even a Boston accent, was it? Is that what it was supposed to be? I don't know what was going on there. Can someone explain that?
No, it was thick Irish.
But is he from Boston? Is he from Boston originally? Because that would make sense, kind of in terms of leaning into the Irish sort of thing. Because he's not from Ireland; he's American.
Yeah, he's from Tampa Bay, home of the Buccaneers,
which is in Florida, right?
Yeah. Timmy Hanrahan.
I am thinking like Irish people down in Tampa Bay, surely. Bless you.
Oh, I don't know.
Can someone in the
yeah.
chat give me some clarity on this? Because I don't know. I could be barking up the wrong tree here. Maybe he is Irish. I don't know.
Yep. Larry says pork chop sandwiches. That's very good.
I was waiting for that.
Blowtorch is, of course, a star of pork chop sandwiches. Yorktown Joe says he watched this early today.
Oh, nice.
And Blowtorch with a giant warehouse of toy storage hits a little too close to home. Might be thinking about keeping a ton of figures for a private collection. Absolutely. Yeah, bit funny how you've got the flamethrower. Is he a flamethrower or does he put him out? He's a flamethrower.
No, he's a flamethrower. Yeah.
He's looking after the toys. Foot says he looks magnificent.
This is the second time today I've talked about flamethrowers, and I'm happy about that.
You're welcome. Darren says his weird art accent was never explained. No.
Was it like that throughout the series? It must have been. It must have been. Surely, unless they changed.
Joe Hunter 73 says it was barbecue. Boston accent.
All right, that makes sense then. Right, but why is he speaking like he's from Ireland?
Foot says yes, he is from Tampa. So good times. Blowtorch with an Irish accent for no apparent reason, unloading some toys out of the happy holiday wagon.
Interesting. I think he's from Florida. He's a flamethrower expert. Like he's clearly a Florida man. He likes setting things on fire.
Yorktown says you need flamethrowers because the snow ain't going to melt itself. Joanna 73 says this might have been the only time he actually spoke. That's interesting. We'll have to look it up. But yeah, we also, I suppose, privy to a little bit of a discussion between Duke and Covergirl, in which Covergirl explains how she was attacked by a wild weasel on the way in, and she's concerned because there is minimal staff on it at G.I. Joe headquarters. And Duke explains that no, we've got this high-tech security system that will keep them out. All these awesome red lasers and so on and so forth. He flicks the switch and on comes the security system. So yeah.
Have we got a close up of that switch that he flicks by any chance, Aaron? Have you got a slide of that?
I don't know. What does it say? Is that something I missed?
It's not what it says, but it's just more. I just found it humorous that there's their whole security perimeter defense system is activated by just pulling a lever that's on an external wall of a building outside in the compound somewhere. It's just like it's like me just going, turn the lights off. That's all right. Hang on. Just gonna activate the security. Yep, we're good now, guys.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's what I found it humorous.
Hey, look, Alan Grant is here. Hello, Alan Grant.
Hey, G.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Oh, Grant.
Say it better.
Duke is such a snake in the grass. Eric doesn't like Duke. And yes, Foot agrees. It's a very high-tech switch, that one. So, Duke reassures Covergirl that they're well protected and they should feel safe when they head inside to listen to Roadblock speak in rhyme.
Oh, here it is.
So inside, Roadblock has cooked up a Christmas feast. Can you remember what he says when he walks out with his turkey?
I was hoping that you'd have a sound grab of this on your thing there, mate, because I didn't commit it to memory, even though I did drop it in our chat.
Maybe I should get a sound effect made from this line.
You should have. You're slipping, brother. I thought you might have had that up your sleeve. I should have suggested it to you, actually.
Yeah, I've written it down. Larry says, "Who wants a body massage?" That's not what he said. That's not what he said. He said, "Smack your lips and feast your eyes. Roadblock cooked you a big surprise."
Oh yeah, Roadblock's got a big surprise for you, folks. That's for sure.
Yeah. So Roadblock has cooked up a big old steaming pile of turkey.
Yep, it's a big bird. It's a big
Yep,
bird.
the boys are pretty happy with that. And the Joes are sitting around the table, heartily enjoying
Hey,
themselves. So
before we get to the table events here, can we just go back to that slide for a second?
Yeah.
What are those things supposed to be sitting around outside the turkey?
Apples?
Yams? Are they yams? I don't even know what a yam looks like. Surely they're not apples. You stuff a pig's mouth with an apple. What are they supposed to be? Any ideas? Anyone? Is this an American thing? You put red things next to your turkey? Because I ain't never seen no red things next to your turkey.
I don't know. The 3-star says it looks like a Tiger Force turkey. It's got Tiger Force
Give me
stripes.
for 1 minute, mate. I've just got some noise going on outside here. I just need to investigate. Bear with me. I'll be back.
Investigationing. So Tiger Force turkey, G.I. Joe Turkey Force. That would. Let me see if you.
Sorry, mate. It's my wife. I didn't realize she'd come home.
Oh, okay, fair enough. So yeah, 3-star says it's a Tiger Force turkey, which would mean that G.I. Joe all of a sudden has a turkey force.
No one is giving me a frigging answer about what the red things are. And that's what.
So,
why would they be tomatoes, Eric? Come on.
Mountain oysters.
What's a mountain oyster? What's that? Sounds dirty.
Bill Kate says a yam looks like a potato turd.
Okay.
Foot says he doesn't have red things with his turkey. Joe Hunter 73 says red potatoes.
Whatever roadblock's cooking up there besides the bird, I don't want no parts of it. It looks weird.
Darren says honestly they look like tomatoes. Joe Hunter 73 says they're cow's balls. I think we're not in on this joke because the boys are laughing at Joe Hunter saying that they were mountain oysters.
Yeah, I don't know what a mountain oyster is.
Should I Google it? I'll Google it. While,
is it something that's going to be on Urban Dictionary or what?
Mountain oysters. Oh, they're just looks like they're it's an American American slang for meatballs. Oh, made of bull testicles. Yeah, Darren's confirmed. Mountain oysters are testicles.
Never heard that before. There you go.
That's awesome. Yes, love talking about testicles.
I'm going with that then. They've got to be mountain oysters. Mountain oysters and turkey.
Yeah, Casey told me to Google it, which I did. And Larry says it's in a Chevy Chase movie.
Oh, Funny Farm, man. I haven't seen that since I was a kid, bro.
The ideas just keep coming. Alan Bear says
that's what we have here, Alan.
Yeah. And Bill's just reminding everyone that cows don't have balls.
Fair point.
Which Casey thinks is quite funny. So yeah, anyway, moving on to the next slide. We can see here Roadblock presents the turkey to Duke. Tripwise there, Irish Blowtorch. Dusty Mutt is there. Eric couldn't help himself. He had to mention squirrels, which he's done. Thank you, Eric. While Bill's there, Shipwreck, and of course, Covergirl, who we all thought was Scarlet, but is actually Covergirl. But there's someone that's not quite happy to be at this Christmas dinner, though, is there? It's namely Mutt, the junkyard. Mutt was explaining that his parents used to get a little bit carried away come Christmas, and sort of they forgot what Christmas was all about and didn't pay much attention to him. So every Christmas he feels a little bit left out, which is a bit sad.
Christmas time for some people is not a joyous time. You know?
Yeah.
Christmas time is hard for many people. So, honestly, I could relate to that when I watched this. It was poignant. It was a touching moment. And yeah, it makes total sense.
Yeah. So Mutt goes for a walk and Junkyard follows him, even though Duke has carved off a big leg of turkey for Junkyard to eat. He follows Mutt. What a little doggy he is. Fantastic.
We call them a good boy.
Yeah. Larry says Mutt is the Charlie Brown of the story. That's fair. 3-star says one reason he loves the episode is you get to see some character development from Mutt. Absolutely you do. And it's a very relatable way to do it. Yeah, 100%. It was pretty cool. It was really cool. So anyway, go for a walk around the base with Junkyard. And he notices that the rocking horse that Blowtorch earlier unloaded from the Happy Wagon has opened up, and hundreds of miniature Cobra soldiers are ejecting themselves from the rocking horse.
I believe you would refer to it as a rocking Trojan horse in that sense.
Absolutely. Junkyard's not happy about it. He starts growling, which is fair enough. Foot says the G.I. Joes were addressing mental health before it was cool. Absolutely they were. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely they were.
Facts.
Here he is. Yeah, hello, Campbell. Thank you for joining us, mate.
Campbell.
I was starting to miss you, mate, so I'm glad
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad, Campbell. So anyways, out pop all of these little Cobra soldiers, and they're all like actual Cobra soldier size. They're like 3 3/4 inches, which I thought was a nice touch, like the actual action figure size. Which is pretty cool. Everyone's saying Merry Christmas to Campbell, and Campbell is responding by saying, "Smash that like button."
Listen to the man. Just hit the like button, folks.
Yeah,
costs you nothing. Costs you nothing.
Thank you, Campbell. Give it some of them. So yeah, out pop all of these little Cobra soldiers, and all of the other toys as well start breaking open, and things start flying out of those toys as well. So teddy bears break open. There's a toy drum that breaks open. All sorts of stuff breaks open, and out come all these not G.I. Joe, but Cobra soldiers and vehicles. And before we know it, the Joes have a bit of a problem on their hand. They're being swarmed by toy-sized Cobra soldiers and vehicles.
Yes. Now, what strikes you about this image here?
I don't know.
Why are they holding their like XMLRs in a position like they're about to do some whacking when they could just shoot these things out of the sky, considering that they're trained soldiers who actually can hit targets?
Yeah, that's fair. It kind of looks like Dusty's going to upside down shoot Covergo in the head.
Possibly.
Yeah, no, very interesting. In fact, I don't know if they do start shooting at them. I reckon Roadblock nudges one with his elbow, and out pops a little parachute, and
something like that. Yeah,
little Cobra soldier safely
ejects.
Yeah, ejects. But in the interim, these vehicles have managed to unleash some sort of gas on Mutt. So Mutt's managed to sound the alarm, but the Cobra soldiers have disengaged all of the safety protocol, all the security protocols via that one switch. And over the wall comes old mate Firefly again with a gun that seems to do a bit of the old Rick Moranis Honey, I Shrunk the Kids magic.
But the reverse.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Firefly shoots his gun at these swarms of miniature Cobra troopers and vehicles, and returns them to their original size. And then we're confronted with this scene where the Joes are clearly outnumbered by all of the Cobra forces, which have been brought back to their they're life size. So there's a bit of Destro in there, a bit of Baroness, a bit of Major Blood, and the Joes are in serious trouble. It's not good.
Yep. And you know what? First thing I think of when I look at this now is that Destro there in his Arctic overcoat, and the Cobra Troopers and Blood in their like Arctic jackets. Those are screaming for Super 7 to do O-ring versions of those. It's a perfect example of something you've never seen before.
Yep, absolutely. Joe Hunter says it was the coolest thing when he saw that as a kid. Basically, the toys that he had come to life. Absolutely.
That's the beauty of it. Yeah.
As if you, and you know what, an awesome advertisement for G.I. Joe leading into Christmas as well. You're actually seeing 3 3/4 inch figures and vehicles on screen. It's pretty cool. He also says Destro looks bad there, which he does indeed. After that, we're confronted with this slide, which is another iconic snippet from this episode. I'm sure we've all seen this as an internet meme. Cobra Commander steps up in front of the Merry Christmas lights and banner. Can you remember what he says here, Adam?
No. I don't memorize dialogue, bro.
It says, "Seasons greetings."
Right. What I want to point out about this is if he was standing just a little bit more that way and obscuring the S, and you'd only see the C and the T, that could look like he's just blocking the word Christmas. Yes, that's exactly how it could look. It could also obviously conjure up lots of other things, Aaron, that you can say, wait, like this.
Sometimes I don't know about you, mate. That's oh no.
It's a term of endearment here in Australia, Aaron. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, it's not.
He's so stop
talking.
Right.
So anyway, the Joes decide that they're not going to take no for an answer, and they open fire on Cobra's forces, which is going to be a futile form of resistance. Duke manages to knock off a couple of the snake armor soldiers. What are the machines, robots, whatever? But the Baroness pulls out one of those gas grenades. She fires it in the direction of the Joes, and she puts them all to sleep, which you can see happening here.
You know what else is interesting about them? The snake armor when he destroys them throughout the show. There's a couple of instances. Is they explode, and there's no like trooper like flying out of them and escaping, which goes against the actual toy itself, because you could put a figure inside those toys. If I'm pretty sure I'm correct.
Yep, absolutely.
So that's an instance where they're killing Cobra Troopers on screen.
Nate likes your thinking.
Thanks, Nate.
Feliz
Back at you, mate.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad, mate. Larry says it would have been different there if Flint was on the scene rather than Duke. It's probably fair. So all the Joes fall asleep, and they come to inside where Cobra Commander has taken control of headquarters, and he proceeds to play to them on the big screen a message from what seems to be Duke, saying that the G.I. Joes are sick and tired of serving their country, and they want to take over. So they're heading down to Keystone City to attack, and the Joes are horrified. They want to know, what have you done with Duke? To which point Cobra Commander says, well, Duke's right here. But Duke walks in and removes his mask, and it turns out to be Zartan. Yeah. So all of the cool characters are rocking up. It's very, very cool. Speaking of Duke, he's telling Larry off here in the chat. And Eric says, yes, snake armor. He thought the snake armor were robots. But they are. It's armor. So they had Cobra soldiers in there. So Zartan is obviously masquerading as Duke, and they're going to head down to Keystone City and take the joint over. And they're going to do so by taking all of the G.I. Joe weapons and vehicles. The Joes, however, they're locked up in a freezer, as you can see here. That's Shipwreck hanging next to a side of beef, and I think he's got a pretty funny wisecrack at this point. He says he's going to make friends with that side of beef. Wisecracking Shipwreck. Cobra Commander, as he always does, thinks he's going to have a bit of a gloat, and he hangs the key at the door.
It was a nice touch.
Because he's a prick.
And let's just not let it go unmentioned that it is hooded Cobra Commander that we're seeing here too, Aaron.
Yep, absolutely it is. Yeah. But Shipwreck takes it upon himself to use the side of beef that's next to him to hitch himself up off his hook, jump down, and release all of the Joes. So they escape, which is pretty cool. They run in and they confront Destro in the control room, who is mucking around with Firefly's little shrinky gun. And things start to heat up. Destro starts to shoot at him with the shrinky enlargy gun. What do they call it? The reducer enlarger. The gun is called a reducer enlarger. Yeah,
original.
Yeah, I prefer to call it the shrinky growy gun.
It's like a particle rifle or something like that. Yeah. Let's go with that.
Sure it is. So Destro starts peppering away with this gun and hits poor old Polly.
Excuse me.
And shrinks Polly to the size of a blowfly, which Wild Bill almost squishes. But he doesn't because Shipwreck's able to stop him before he does. But Polly's a midget, and in the intervening time period where Polly's shrinking to the size of a blowfly, the Joes manage to overpower Destro and grab the gun off of him. And Irish Blowtorch realizes that it has a reverse switch, and has a crack at Polly again to enlarge Polly back to its normal size, which he does successfully. But Polly's a bit overwhelmed by the situation, and Shipwreck puts Polly down to sleep on a nearby table, which had also been shrunk. Any thoughts there, Adam? You happy for me to continue?
Sorry, what's that? Sorry?
Any thoughts, mate? You happy for me to continue?
Oh, my thoughts go out to Polly in this instance, mate.
Yeah, fair enough. So, yeah, Polly passes out, and we put Polly asleep, Polly down for a rest on the table. The Joes run out, but it's and they jump into all of the Cobra vehicles because obviously the Cobra guys have taken the G.I. Joe vehicles to attack Keystone City, which leaves all of the Cobra vehicles for the Joes to chase after them in, which is kind of funny. But it's too late because the Cobra guys are using the G.I. Joe vehicles to attack Keystone City. You pulled an interesting pointer out here. There was a kid that immediately recognized what the Sky Striker was.
Please tell me you got the slide of the kid.
I don't think I do. I don't think I do. No.
Aaron.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. You'll have to explain what happens. Tell everyone what happens.
I can't remember verbatim what I said to you about the kid, but what did I say again?
The kid instantly recognized what a Sky Striker was, and that it was a G.I. Joe vehicle.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. I said in the fleeting sort of moments that the Sky Striker sort of swoops in and like does a run and starts attacking the city, the kid sort of exclaims like, "Dad, that's not the GI Joes," or something, like he's had a really good chance to look at who's flying the plane and knows, them back to front.
Yeah. Interesting. There's a red London double decker bus in this. What's going on there?
Hey, it's one of those. It's one of those like double decker tourist buses. They have them in America. It's true. I've seen them with my own eyes. But yeah, it does automatically make you think of London.
Kiwis just reminded us that cold weather can make things shrink.
It's true.
Yeah,
we've all been there.
Yeah. Kaiju Polly. Yeah, we're getting there. The dad told the kid to shut up and smack the kid in the back of the head.
I wish that happened. Shut up, kid.
Right. So meanwhile, back at G.I. Joe headquarters, Polly has come too. And Polly isn't normal Polly anymore. Whatever they did with that reducer and larger shrinking growy gun.
She's now, from this day
Polly is now
Kaiju Polly.
Kaiju Polly, yeah. It's Godzilla Potty. Polly. Godzilla Potty. Godzilla Polly. Polly is massive. Humongous. Polly is like 10 stories tall. And in waking up, she smashes through the roof of the G.I. Joe headquarters and flies off.
Aaron, before we go on to this next slide, I just want
to
put it on your radar that when we get done with this stream, perhaps you could put a short together that outlines the history of Polly and all her appearances in G.I. Joe media. And if you could throw like an AI sort of like, "This is Polly" voice over the top of it, and just do that in a short and put that together. I feel like that could be very informative for people, and I think it'd be a good look for your channel. Just wanted to drop that in.
Top 10 G.I. Joe parrots you forgot.
Coming in at number 1 is Polly.
Yorktown Joe has questions over Polly's gender. He was wondering if it was Polly or Paulie.
It's a girl. It's Polly.
Yeah, Bill says he thinks it's Polly girl. How are we to know how Polly identifies? Kira says, "No AI, thank you."
Yes, none of that.
Yeah. So we flash back to Keystone City, and Covergirl is doing her best to destroy some of G.I. Joe's vehicles with the Rattler that she's pinched from Cobra. So the G.I. Joes are fighting back in the Cobra vehicles. However, Covergirl gets into a bit of a scrap with a Sky Striker piloted by none other than Cobra Commander.
Yep.
Cobra Commander has Duke prisoner in the cockpit, and Duke tries to stop Cobra Commander from shooting down Covergirl, but he doesn't quite manage to succeed, and Covergirl suffers a direct hit, and she's falling from the sky to a certain death. But just in the nick of the time, we hear off in the distance a parrot singing Jingle Bells. And in flies Polly, grabs the wreckage of the Rattler, and safely
escorts it.
Returns. Yeah, escorts it to ground. And Scarlet is saved by a giant parakeet.
Covergirl.
Fantastic.
Covergirl is safe.
Oh yeah, Covergirl. Yeah, it's very good.
Scarlet and Snake Eyes are nowhere to be seen in this episode.
No, Snake Eyes isn't in this one either. So yeah, Polly returns Covergirl to the ground safely. It's everyone breathes a sigh of relief. Meanwhile, back up in the Sky Striker, Duke and Cobra Commander are duking it out in the cockpit of the Sky Striker.
Which is, where you want to be having a punch on, like,
Yeah.
is in mid-air and in flight inside a very expensive piece of military aircraft, which requires someone to pilot it. So probably not the smartest of moves on Duke's behalf, but hey, you got to do what you got to do, right?
Absolutely. Cobra Commander, in his wisdom, pulls the eject button. He pushes the eject button or pulls the eject lever, and Duke is shot into the sky, and he too seems to be falling to his death. And again, we hear in the distance the faint noise of a giant parakeet singing Jingle Bells. Says Duke. In flies Polly, grabs Duke, and Duke says to Shipwreck, "Is this a friend of yours?"
No.
But Duke is rescued. Duke is rescued by a giant Polly. It's fantastic. Kiwi says that Polly's voice sounds like a boy.
It sounds like something, that's for sure.
Alan Grant says he's feeling that Polly AI YouTube is a thing already. It may well be. Duke says, "Cut me some slack. He's not that dumb." Eric says Duke is a slacker. Joe suggests that Polly then eats Duke.
I wish that had happened. That'd be awesome. Hate Duke. See you later, man. See you later.
So Duke is safely returned to the ground, as you can see, by Polly. And this is when Shipwreck realizes Polly has grown considerably.
Just a touch.
Yep. And all of the Joes sit around celebrating, and as Larry spoiled for us before, Cover Girl gives Duke a bit of a smooch and expresses her relief that they're both safe, which was a shock. It came as a shock to me. I always knew about the Scarlet Snake Eyes Duke love triangle. I didn't know.
This is how it always should have gone. They should have just allowed the Snake Eyes Scarlet thing to be a thing, like Larry fleshed out in the comics, and pivoted with Duke and CoverGirl. That's what they should have done.
Yeah, that was shock.
All American. It was an all American CoverGirl.
Yeah. By the way, Eric reckons someone's going to catch up. That's probably fair. In a deleted scene, Shipwreck points the enlarger gun to his crotch. Yes, he does. So yeah, everyone's happy. Everyone's congratulating each other. There's Mutt. He seems to be having a great Christmas all of a sudden. And Shipwreck walks off mumbling to himself that he can't believe that Polly is now kaiju sized. And that, I think, is the end of the episode.
And it doesn't really circle back to Mutt much, does it?
No, not at all. We see Mutt and Junkyard having a bit of a cuddle in the end. After Cover Girl plants that kiss on Duke. It was just interesting.
Yeah.
All in all, though, very entertaining. I really enjoyed that. Like I said at the start, some of those episodes were a bit silly, but that one was.
Did they only ever do the one Christmas themed episode, or was there another one?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Someone might be able to clarify in the chat, but that one is, I suppose, the one that I knew of. And you can watch it on YouTube. You don't have to watch the 24-hour Hasbro live stream. You can just jump straight onto YouTube and Google that episode, or to search for that episode and find it and watch it by itself. It only goes for 22 minutes, so it's a good watch. My wife actually watched it with me, and she enjoyed it as well. So pretty cool. Bring G.I. Joe into the living room. 3-star says it's the only one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
We are expecting a special guest to join in. So we'll just we'll give him a couple of minutes. He's due in.
Who? A guest? Did you say?
Yes, we are. Yep, he's going to join us on the stream.
Who?
Special guest.
I wasn't
Foot says
informed of any-
Foot says no one likes a party pooper mutt. Joe Hunter 73 wants to know whether they just left the town destroyed.
I'll worry about that later. That's Tolboo's problem. He'll fix it up.
Yeah. Yep. Joe Hunter says only Sunbow one. So our special guest has just popped up backstage, and it's a great honour. All the way from the pole, please welcome Santa Claus. Hello, Santa. How's it going?
Santa? Santa, is that you?
Have you boys been good boys this year?
No.
Well, we knew that, but up here at the North Pole, we're trying to make good boys out of you two.
Look, I'm not going to lie, Santa. I think you got your work cut out for you.
Well, I can try.
Santa,
elves
go on.
My elves have been keeping an eye on you, so
Oh, really?
walking your dogs.
Santa, I've got to ask: Are you coming to us live from the North Pole? Is this your lounge room?
Yes, this is the lounge room. The elves are not allowed in this area. This is big man access only.
And was that's a dog? Santa has a dog?
Yes, it's a rain dog.
I didn't see any horns. Maybe they're obscured.
Yeah, it's a rain dog. It actually flies. It's faster than the reindeer.
Wow.
What an honor. She makes the reindeer look bad.
Santa, does everyone in the North Pole sound West Virginian?
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
I don't know what to say. I'm honored to have Santa here with us. I wasn't expecting this.
He's particularly busy at this time of year.
I found time for you boys. You boys have been pretty good this year. One of you even sent a letter in to me. So, yes.
I did that.
The other one just thumbed his nose at me, but he still might get something for Christmas.
Well, look, I'm expecting the biggest lump of coal that you can find, Santa.
You're going to get a lump of something, but it ain't coal. Old Tiny the rain dog here is working on something for you.
A little rain dog present.
Yes.
Santa, just some comments from the chat here. Larry says hello.
Hello, Santa. Larry. Santa Larry.
Yeah, Darren says he knew Santa was from the South, and he wants to know if he got his letter about pigs.
You're welcome.
Yep. Kiwi here wants you to say hi to Esme and Nora if he can trouble you to do so. He has some daughters.
Hello, Esme and Nora. I hope you're ready for me to come visit you.
Joe Hunter 73 wants to know what kind of music do elves like.
Elvis.
Of course. Yeah, Elvis.
Larry suggests Elton John.
No.
Rap music.
Yes.
Yeah. G. Zambrano, hello, mate. Welcome aboard. Says country roads take me north to the pole I call home. That's very cool.
Yes.
Cool. It's just emphasizing stranger danger here as well, which is
that's a good thing to know.
Nate's looking for an Eternia playset as well.
Nate, have you been a good boy?
Possibly.
We'll see what we can do. The elves have been busy trying to get Robo Skulls made and get them to everybody right now.
Yeah. So, Santa, I got a question for you, man.
Lay it on me.
So obviously Australia is one of the first to see the sun come up on Christmas Day. So it's probably your first stop on your trip around the world. What is your favorite treat that Australian children leave out for you on Christmas night? There must be some sort of Australian treat that you enjoy.
Definitely not the Vegemite. Those kids that leave the Vegemite out are getting presents from Tiny the rain dog.
Yeah. And when you are flying around in Australia, what sort of wildlife do you have to avoid? I mean, I'm sure
Everything.
Across the planet, but what happens in Australia?
Everything in Australia is trying to kill you. The
That's
snakes,
a myth.
the
Sam, that's a lie.
spiders, the crocs, the bats are the size of 747s. I have to watch out for everything.
Pterodactyls. Don't forget the pterodactyls. We've still got plenty of those as well.
Pterodactyls?
Yep.
Adam, do you have a question for Santa?
Oh, I've got many questions for Santa. Where do I begin? Where do I begin?
I've got another one. Santa, it's an Australian thing to head to the beach on Christmas Day. I'll be heading to the beach on Christmas Day. It's going to be 100 degrees Fahrenheit here.
Bless your heart.
You've seen most of Australia. What's your favourite Australian beach?
Isn't all of Australia a beach?
Yes, but they've all got different names. We want to know if there's a specific beach that you enjoy visiting.
Somerton.
Somerton. I know a guy, Santa. I know a guy. He's another podcaster. He's based in America, and he's very, very familiar with the place Somerton. He's got quite an interest in that region for a reason that's kind of odd.
It is
you must
odd.
You must know Australia a bit more than what I do because I've never. Darren says, "Don't say Foster's Santa. They hate that. Don't we ever?"
We do not drink that.
That's how Australians say beer, isn't it? Foster's.
No.
Santa, if you're going to be visiting households here in the next 24 hours, you want a beer left out for you. You do not want that. Okay, all right. Just FYI.
I prefer milk.
Know this by now. Why am I telling you this? You're traveling around the world every year, once a year. You know the score.
Yep. Milk and cookies.
Yeah. Nate says, look out for the fruit bats.
Yes.
I think we suggest Bondi Beach. Bondi is a very nice beach. Nate says that he lives 20 minutes away from Somerton, but he's yet to find the beach. He's 5 hours from the ocean. Sorry about that, Santa. We kind of
it's okay.
We stitched you up, mate.
Just don't make fun of Santa. Everybody will be getting tiny presents.
Fair enough. So what is at the top of every kid's wish list this year, Santa?
Well, years ago, it was G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Remember in 1985, way back in the 1900s, it was the USS Flag, and then it was the Terrordrome, and then it was the Defiant shuttle and space station, and now kids are wanting electronics. I don't know about them. I just don't know. I'm having to import elves that can work on electronics.
Yeah. So is anyone asking for Delta 17 figures?
Yes. Yeah? Little Hillbilly Harper in West Virginia is asking for Delta 17.
Yeah.
Casey Wheeler is asking for Delta 17.
Mm-hmm.
Those names are familiar. I was just wondering, Santa, do you have like one of these bumper stickers on your sleigh? Like, because if not, you probably should. I'll leave one out for you. You can pop one on your sleigh when you visit tonight.
Well, if I stop by Hillbilly's house, whenever I'm dropping a present in his bathroom, I will steal one out of his office.
It's in his bathroom.
Yeah.
Hillbilly's never been on the nice list. He is. Every morning I get up, I'm just like, oh, what's he done?
I can relate. Well, Santa, like if I'd like to put in a request because I didn't send a letter, but I'm gonna quickly drop in request. I'd like some more Operation Monster Force figures because they're very expensive. So Santa can bring me a couple of those. That would be nice. That's it. I want for nothing more. That's it.
Santa's going to have to start working the street corner to pay for them Monster Force figures.
Listen, Santa doesn't have to stoop to such lows. That's what you have elves for. Okay, you can just send them out to do your bidding.
Sprinkles is going to be busy.
I reckon elves command a high price just quietly too.
Sometimes they're like a small army of minions.
What else have we got here? Zambrano says my other ride is a vamp. Yes, we need that sticker. Actually, that's a good idea for
Or a Havoc. Havocs are amazing vehicles.
Casey wants to know if you're a pimp, Santa.
It ain't easy.
Kiwi's off to get some squirrel gravy.
That's good stuff.
Jason Brano says elf trafficking. You really went there.
Yeah.
3-star confirms is a fetish for everything. Duke says this is taking it down. Santa, I think you'd get kicked out of Westfield for talking like that.
Well, it happens.
Well, Santa, I'm sure you're really busy, and we have another guest lined up.
Yes.
Yeah, our good friend Eric Harper is joining us from West Virginia, so we might bid farewell to you and then jump over and say hello to Eric. What do you reckon?
That'll work.
All right.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thanks for dropping by, Santa.
Merry Christmas.
Safe travels tonight.
Yeah.
Bye.
How good was that?
That's I feel very honoured to have received a visit from Santa Claus on our little live stream. It's fantastic.
I definitely got a little jingle in my bells after Santa just popped up.
Yeah. I will just message our good friend Hillbilly and ask if he wants to join us quickly. I'll jump back in as himself.
That rain dog seemed very interested in Santa's beard. I don't know why. Maybe you had some leftover crumbs from Christmas last year just hanging around.
Yeah. All right. So Eric is backstage. He's here.
Awesome.
I'll let him straight in. He's just he's getting his camera set up. Hello, Eric. Can you hear us?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Hey, Eric. What's up, man?
What's a cracking, guys?
What's cracking?
Not much.
It's a very, very Australian thing to say. We were trying to stump Santa with some Australian questions.
How did it work out for you?
Santa, did you see that Santa just joined us, Eric?
No, I had to take the dog out. And
what are you doing with Santa's dog?
What? You're Santa's dog?
Santa has a rain dog. Looks very similar
Really?
to that dog. Yeah, and funnily enough, his lounge room has very similar wood paneling too.
Wow, Santa's got good taste. Either that or he's just like broke.
Nate's in disbelief here. He can't believe we got Santa on.
I can't believe I missed Santa. I'm sad.
It's okay, Eric. He said that he's going to come and visit you tonight, and we know what you've put on your wish list for Santa too. He said that you were very keen on some Delta 17 figures. So,
well, Santa don't come to my house after. I got up one Christmas morning. It was brisk out, and I go out on the back porch, and there's a yard full of deer, and I had an empty freezer and a box of shells for my gun. So I start laying deer down.
Yeehaw!
And Santa is just like, this fat man in red suit come up to me. I'm like, what's your problem here, fat boy? You got a problem with me? Huh? You want a piece of this? And let's just say Santa walked away with a limp. I had a full freezer.
welcome to the Redneck Christmas special.
This is great.
Oh, poor Santa's knee. It was never the same again.
No, it wasn't.
Still pulling buckshot out of his leg.
If he's lucky, that's what I used.
Unbelievable.
So I seen
Yeah.
something the other day about Australia.
Yeah, shoot.
Oh.
Oh no,
There's
don't shoot.
There's this place, there's a mystery that's been going on since the 1940s about this man on Somerton Beach. And nobody knew who he was, and they finally figured it out.
Yeah.
I think this past summer or last year, maybe.
Something like that. Yeah. Yep.
Who he was. So that was pretty cool.
Yep.
All right. So okay. So maybe Santa does know Australian beaches. I feel I'm gonna have to
He
get in
may.
touch with him. I hope that hasn't ruined Christmas for me. I'll have a look. Some of the
Well, it's a big mystery. I like mysteries.
How smart is
Me
Santa?
too.
Wow. How smart is Santa? He's so smart.
He's
What a
been
smart
around.
guy.
Santa, he's got an attitude problem. I'm gonna have to catch him out, and me and him gonna have a talk.
So not only are you content with like busting a cap in Santa's ass, you're just calling him out well and truly. You're like, you know what?
Bring it.
Let's go.
I got my tomahawk sharp. I'm ready to rock.
Oh gosh.
He ain't been to my
That
house in
hurt you as
several
a
years.
child, Eric. Oh,
Darren wants in. Should we let him in? Should we let Darren in?
Why not? Bring on the frivolities.
Yeah, shall I? Darren, I'll send you a link, mate, on Facebook Messenger. Let's have a good old Christmas. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Facebook Messenger, Darren. I've sent it to
The topic of pig's feet.
you. That wasn't the sound effect.
Yeehaw.
I told you he sounds like him.
Yeah, it does. It does sound similar.
I don't sound like molasses though.
Darren, try now. I've just kicked my presentation. I've got one seat left, brother. So try again.
What happened?
Yeah, he's saying he can't get on, but it's because I had the slides still showing. So
okay.
should be room for one more, I reckon.
Patience is a virtue, Darren.
I appreciate y'all letting me come on.
No, it's all right, mate. It's good to have you. What have you got planned for Christmas?
Well, I'm off all this week, working for the school system. I get this week off, and I don't go back until the 3rd.
Yep.
And we're going to get with my family tomorrow evening, and then go to church tomorrow night, and that'll be about it.
Fair enough. Easy done. Adam and I don't have much planned. We the both of us have sort of checked out of Christmas in some ways. Don't have a lot of family. But yeah, I mean, the most important thing is being with my wife, I suppose, and my little dog. We'll enjoy ourselves.
And then
my dishwasher blew up this morning though.
Is she okay?
That's very quick. No, like the machine, like the snake out of the dishwasher.
Oh, you got a backup. It's all right.
Yeah, well, the backup is me.
Okay.
The backup is me. Troy.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Are you telling me that you do the dishes at home? Because from all reports, you tell me you don't do much cleaning around that house.
I don't. But I had to do the dishes this morning because the dishwasher is on the blink. So.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm okay.
One of my...
But I think I think Darren's saying he can't get on. He actually can't get on. Darren, if you want to get on, mate. I've sent you the link on Facebook. So if you can't, that's all good. If you can, I'll add you in.
Normally, I do all the cooking and all the dishwashing and all that happy stuff.
Yeah.
I do a fair amount of it myself, sir.
Yeah.
My first job was at a McDonald's, and I learned a lot there. Learned a lot. I even made pizzas at that McDonald's.
Oh,
Really?
For real?
Yeah.
McDonald's made pizzas?
Yes.
Wow. I've never
There was
heard of
3
this.
stores here about 10 or 15 years ago that were the last 3 in the country that made pizza, and they finally closed the pizza down on them.
Wow. I've
They
never heard
did like
that.
a large and a personal size.
Yeah.
So was that a national thing? Like a lot of
at one
point?
time it was.
Really?
Yeah, it just sold real big here. It really gave like places like Pizza Hut a run for their money.
Wow. That's crazy. I've never heard that. That's crazy.
Yep. So
What
Still lots
flavor,
of dishwasher
what
chat
flavor
in the chat.
pizzas were there?
oh, they had pepperoni, cheese, everything like sausage, onions, green peppers, pepperoni,
Right.
mushrooms.
Interesting.
Or
Yeah.
if I knew you, I could get freaky. And like, if you want ham on it, I'd get out the Canadian bacon, chop up some Canadian bacon, put that on there.
Nice.
Sweet.
So
There
Good
you go.
work. I learned something today.
Yeah. Eric, had you watched the cartoon that we were talking about tonight?
yes, I have. I love
Yeah?
that cartoon.
Yeah. So was it
Except for-
something you watched as a kid or something? you
Yeah,
learned
yeah.
to
I
love?
watched that as a kid. I loved it.
Oh, wow.
It really hit me because I love that kind of stuff. Doing for others like the Joes were doing in that cartoon, and it was just a good cartoon. I liked it. Polly at the end cracked me up. I was like, oh my goodness, Polly's a giant, and
Yeah.
he or she or that bird comes in singing jingle bells and rescues everybody, and then acts like it's all wore out there. It's like, it's so hard being me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Giant Polly is probably my favorite part of the episode. Like when
Yeah.
she comes and saves the day, it's pretty cool.
and Mutt really hits me. I seen Larry made a comment about that earlier, or somebody made a comment about Mutt, and that really hits now.
Yeah.
So I completely understand what is going on there, and
Absolutely.
that's why on Podcast from the Pit we did the letters to Santa. We just want to lift people up because this can be a rough time of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is. It's definitely I've enjoyed those shows 100%, and you should keep doing them.
Well,
Yeah.
that was our very first live stream last year when we did that.
Oh wow.
Was it that long ago? I remember watching it live. I was there. I reckon I sent you the letter and you read it out.
Well, I remember Santa talking about you being there.
Yeah. Can't believe it's
wasn't
been a
there.
year already. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Time
So
just flies, man. Unbelievable.
Sure does.
Well, I don't know. I guess we'll. I reckon I might have to call it a day. What do you reckon, Adam?
Yeah. I've still got some last minute running around to do today before Christmas Day hits tomorrow. So that window is closing more and more.
Yeah.
By the minute.
So it looks like Darren isn't going to join us. So we'll catch him next time.
I can jump off here if he wants to come on.
No, it's fine. It's all right. I just we haven't heard back from him, so that's fine. We'll get him next time, mate. Get him next time. It's all right. And I want to keep you on here so we can wish everyone a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Benny Benzina Orozco said he got here a little bit late.
Hey, what's up, Benny? How are you, brother?
Yep.
Feliz
Feliz
Navidad.
Navidad, Benny. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz
Legend right
Navidad.
Yeah.
I've actually got a box of stuff here for Benny that I've got to take to the post office this afternoon. and send. So that served as an actual reminder. So yeah, thank you for jumping in, Benny. Good to see you here, mate.
Yeah. Darren says he's got a lot going on at the moment, so we'll get him back at a later date. I'm sure. Maybe another special episode like this in American prime time. Casey says we did a great job. Thank you, Casey.
Y'all did do a good job. I really enjoyed watching y'all. I mean, y'all crack me up all the time. I'm humbled y'all let me come on. I was just wanting to say Merry Christmas to y'all and say hi and yeehaw.
So yeah, shoot.
After I heard that initially, I've been sending Aaron random messages going yeehaw.
Yeah, absolutely. I got a million voice messages with.
You're welcome.
With that, everyone is wishing each other a Merry Christmas, which is just fantastic. So, 3-Star wants to come on with us next week. We'll see what we can do. Bill K says Merry Christmas. Nate says Merry Christmas. Everyone's saying Merry Christmas. Great episode. Merry Christmas. There's a lot of love in the house. It has been super fun. Thank you everyone for joining us. We will be back, I'm sure, at some point. But for now, I reckon I'll just play the intro and we'll get the hell out of here. I reckon.
Wait 1 second before you do that, Aaron. Let the people know where they can find.
Oh, absolutely, Eric. Yeah. So Eric is a regular. He is part of the trio that is Podcast from the Pit with Casey and Matt. Podcast from the Pit usually streams on Saturday mornings, American time. I've been known to appear on there, pop up there every now and again.
Yeah, you've been on there quite a bit since we're going through the 90s. Our next episode will be on 1994, I believe.
Yeah.
And that could be interesting. I know nothing about 1994. Even though I just got a 1994 figure in the mail on the card.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be happy to help you with that. So if you guys
we'll talk.
Get me on. I always enjoy it. So check out Hillbilly. Check out me if you can. I've got a massive 171 subscribers, I think.
Let's get these guys over 200. Both of them. Shark Eyes and Ronnie Trick Shot.
Yeah. Adam passed 200 like ages ago.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know.
He's a seasoned professional. Yeah.
I never pay attention to the numbers. They don't mean nothing to me. I'm just having fun.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Yeah, we've had that discussion so many times. And that's a real Christmas thing as well. It's not it's not about how many, it's how.
I know Ronnie did say that after he hits 200, he's going to do a giveaway, and he's going to give away a flag, USS flag.
He needs to get one to give away first. And,
well, he said he had a friend named Sharky who's going to donate his.
Don't know the guy. I'm not familiar with him.
I think
Adam.
I'm Adam. Yeah, I have a flag. It's right here.
I think
Aaron's welcome to come and try to take it and give it away.
We'll have words backstage, boys. We'll have words backstage. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Look after yourselves.